So I believe we left off having just finished the Technic League encampment. So this was useful. We now have what's close to our final roster. We have not grabbed Jathil yet, and we have not grabbed Tristian. Those are the last two companions we can get in Chapter 1. And whichever one we grab last, you cannot use until Chapter 2. So you kind of are locked out of whoever you get last is fully recovering for the rest of the chapter. I want to get Tristan next. I know where he is. Tristan is here. However, I would like to be at least level 3 before going there. So we need another 1,000 XP. At this point, let's check our journal. So our main story is leading us to the Temple of the Elk. As I said, we want to be chapter 3 there. Our other main story is exploring the old sycamore, chasing down Tartuccio. That's probably a good thing to do. We have Temple of the Elk, which is combined with Stolen Lands. So we have an errand, and those are combined. We have 2 quests for the alchemist, Fangberries, which are in a cave full of spiders. And we have moon radishes, which are also where Tartuccio is. And we need to return her ring. I am leaning toward at least looping back and returning the ring right now, buying a couple more rations, kind of topping up our supplies, and then probably heading to the old sycamore. Just like for opposite reasons, the Temple of the Elk, I'd like to be level 3 for, and for Fangberries, I'd like to be level 3 just for some extra staying powers, some extra spells. That is your introduction to swarms in Pathfinder 1, and I'm not ready to deal with that with level 2. Christmas NAS setup. Gotta make an account on the Forge. I really like the Forge. I think the Forge works really well. That's what I use. I actually have 2, 3. I have 3 Foundry licenses, and I have the double Forge one, so I can have 2 games running at once, which is often important for me. I often have enough APs running that having the one I'm running and whichever one players want to log into to deal with stuff on for a different one. But that's overkill. Just one Foundry, one Forge is often great. So we said we wanted to head back to, let's hand in the ring. So from here, we don't need to go to Thorn.
We should gather our strength.
Yeah, I know you're tired already. You're all tired. That's more than I thought. Trying to cover more of the roads, just having more of the roads connected, I find can be helpful to make sure if you have to get somewhere quickly, you at least have some more obvious, you have the more optimal routes. So I try to, go a little out of my way when I have time permitting to kind of fill in more roads. I think there's even an achievement for doing all the roads, but I feel like that's really tough to get every single one of them. So I don't aim for that. Yeah, one of my friends, so most of the games I play are on the Forge. The only time Octavia isn't the first one fatigued. Okay. Fresh bread. I can't believe it. All this time we sat in cages and crawled in the mud. There were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets. And maybe we can even take a bath. A girl can dream. Yeah, get some rest. You deserve it. You can be sure of that. I've got years of rest to catch up on. And I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. Yeah, it's, I'm trying to remember. I know I dealt with them. I'm pretty sure, is it Lightning Crashes, Stars Fall? One of Season 1, PFS 2 deals with them. Kind of downplays some of this part of their nastiness, but upplays some of their other nastiness. And they haven't touched them again. I'm kind of surprised they've kind of ignored that thread. Maybe because when PFS dropped from 24 scenarios a year to 18 scenarios a year, they just lost the ability to kind of do some of these 1 or 2 offs each season that kind of helps connect some of these bigger threads together. You do so much for us. Is it because you're kind? Or maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. So Octavia is one of the easiest of the romances here. I believe option one would basically start her romance already, and that's basically all it takes. Um, so I'm planning this playthrough for either Val or the secret one, so I'll just be nice here. Let me pause. I don't think they were disbanded, but my understanding that technically they've been driven out of Numeria. They're no longer kind of the behind the scenes rulers that they were before, or kind of the gatekeepers. They're now more or less kind of a rebel faction or insurrectionist faction that's trying to regain control, but they have lost a lot of their power, is my understanding in PF2. And I think, is this Val coming to start her? No, this looks like, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. This is Tuskgutter. Listen, there's, well, since you dispatched the bandits with such skill, maybe you could help us with another problem. There's a feral swine living in the woods. Not a normal wild pig. We're talking about a vicious boar, as big as a bear and wicked as a devil. The locals call him Tuskgutter. Many hunters have lost their life and limb to him. Beckel Benzin found his lair and went to kill the beast, and came back with one leg. He put a bounty on the boar's head, but it looks like there aren't any heroes around here bold enough to claim it. Maybe you'll rid us of the monster. Hey, we're better than the local wussies, right? Want to bet I can chop off this Tuskgutter's snout with a single swipe? Come on, let's find out. All right, let's go kill this Tuskgutter. Right, that's the way I like it. Let's do it. So we now have, I think this is our first of our companion quests. So just like in Wrath, every companion will have, I think, between a 3 and 5, I think most of them are 3, quests across the chapters to, help them progress their story. And hers is all about, right now, killing a big thing. What was the other? Yeah, and so Tuskgutter is both a companion quest for her and a regular errand for us. Most of the errands in the adventure path in the printed version have really nice little like bulletin board flyers, as if it was like a posted quest at an adventure hall. I really like that flavor. It doesn't really make sense that there's a quest board at Oleg's, but it was still a fun conceit they used throughout. Let's either, what do we have? Let's offer all this stuff. Are we at the point that we can, let's try, do we want to offer masterwork yet? Does non-magic? Okay, we want to keep, nope, we don't want to do that. We want to keep those, so that was a bad option. We want to keep at least 2 of these in spare. What wasn't, so the masterwork, so non-magical does not include masterwork. Interesting. So that's the next dial up. I think we wanted to keep 1 chain shirt. I wanted to keep, that might be fine. Let's keep 1 bludgeoning. Let's keep 2 bludgeoning. Okay, that looks fine. What do we have here? Kept the chain shirt. Not as much money as I had hoped at this point. We can't afford the bag of holding I wanted to get yet. I think that's 2,500. Yeah, 2,500. So we're not quite there. But we can hand in her ring. Here's your ring, Svetlana. Kressel gave it to me. I even managed to convince her not to fight. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Kressel wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irina. Before all this, she was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wander the streets hanging out with a bad crowd, until the day she passed. Mother complained about Irina constantly. Back then it was just cruel games and strange escapades. But nothing really seemed to hurt anyone back in Rostov. Let's see what you're saying here. You're recently asking if masterwork was a thing in PF2. It's not. So there are a couple of alternate rule sets in PF2, not just the ABP. There's also the ones that I think is like the devastating weapons. Maybe it's part of ABP, but not quite the same. It was definitely in the playtest as ways of kind of getting the masterwork or the non-magic +1 for proficiency or the plus die um, kind of as part of the weapons. And that's for one of my home games that or I guess one of the campaigns I'm writing. I'm trying to explore that more fully. I want um, a kind of a forgotten magic world. I'm not saying low magic because it will be standard PF2 by the mid levels, but for maybe the first 1 to 7ish, it's going to be lower magic. But I don't want to break the math. So I still want the ability for master craftsmen to make, the equivalent of a +1 weapon or the equivalent of a striking weapon. It wouldn't count as magical, so there might be a couple places where it is worse. But I think there is slop in the rules for making that kind of adjustment. Um, but by default, it's not there. Exactly. Yeah, and I like having that. I don't think it's often needs to be there, and I think for most games that granularity probably doesn't serve much. But I think for certain types of stories, it can be very appropriate. Her father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try to help Irina. I brought her here to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it, and once here she immediately fell under the Lord's influence. She never even needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Restov's softies. Eventually, she ran away, only to return under a new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners alongside the Stag Lord's minions. I don't know if there's any way to set her back on the right path, but I'm grateful for your kindness. Perhaps there is still hope. For the sake of my mother's memories, I'd like to believe that. So we did get 10 camping supplies. I forgot that was the bonus here. I forgot to buy more, so I guess that's a good thing. How many do we have right now? We have 18, so that's actually good enough. We can go off. But we do need to rest here. Why am I going behind the counter to go up the stairs? I will never know. So we could talk to Octavia. I don't want to do long discussion right now. We can talk to them more later, I believe. I think we're going to wake up with a bad dream. No, we did not. Interesting. So we're ready to head out on our next kind of journey. This is also an adventure path that rations are pretty heavy. Yes. So trying to keep a reasonable number, at least until we get the, we're at 180 pounds. We should be fine with the full party of 6. Of course, when we're running around the camp here, it's only us, and the weight counts as everything. This is one of the few adventure paths where, buying pack horses right away in the pen and paper and, dealing with where do you tie up your ponies every night? How do you, do those attract extra animals? That's always more part of the story because of this need to carry around so many supplies. So we are going to try playing with Regardnar instead of Amiri for a while. I'm hoping this works for me. I'm much more used to using Amiri. I've almost always used her in my parties when I play this. But I want a Magus in the group. I kind of want Octavia in the group, and I feel bad splitting the two of them up. So this will probably be close to the default party. Probably swapping in Tristian for Harem once we get Tristian. And that's what I am envisioning as my party. I do like Acundio, but I want to try playing with this group more. It suits my fantasy better, even if it's not all quite maybe as optimal. Okay, so we have a couple of places we could go along the way, but basically we want to get down to the old Sycamore. And we might not be able to clear the whole area. It often does take 2 trips there, but if we can clear the above ground area, that might get us our 3rd level that I'm looking for. I don't remember if this path on the side, let's follow the side path and see where it establishes branch off points. don't think we want to go that far out of the way, so let's use this one. Yes. There'll be Happy New Year's throughout the day for all kinds of regions. Okay, so this is now our first very large region of the game that we get to kind of deal with. And we met Keston here.
Greetings. I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I've conducted at Lady Jamande's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Uravetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamande sends her apologies. We almost had Tartuccio cornered when this damned mist fell. First we entirely lost our way, and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. My people can barely stand, so I would be grateful if you would help us capture this Tartuccio. He must be somewhere nearby. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. The Sword Lords will remember this favor.
Be safe running their errands. Hopefully nothing's too crazy yet. I don't think people tend to get too crazy today, but there often is a little bit of a last-minute surge of people shopping, so be safe. How did Tartuccio manage to fool you?
That sly bastard has caused us no little trouble, that's for sure. When he showed up in Restov and announced he was going to join the expedition, nobody suspected a thing. Yes, a sorcerer, but so what? Even after that terrible night, some of my people were willing to bet money on you being the spy. His overconfidence was his downfall. Tartuccio's henchmen, it seems, imagined they could safely meet with Pataxian spies in the town's seedy underbelly. But Restov is the ancestral home of the Eldori, and Lady Jamande is respected not only by the aristocracy and the common folk, but also by those on the other side of the wall. We received a message from the slums. A good friend, who wished to remain anonymous, suggested the Sword Lords take a closer look at a certain guest from Patax. Jamande immediately sent for me and ordered me to capture the spy, all very quietly, of course. He told us everything, and not only about Tartuccio. I doubt that Uravetti was pleased to hear of the agent's failure.
What can Pataxian spies hope to find in the Stolen Lands?
Pataxian spies are much like madmen. They'll grab anything that catches their eye. Information, treasure, artifacts. This time, King Uravetti had a chance to see the entire Stolen Lands region, and at the Eldori's expense. I'll give you some advice for the future. Beware of the Pataxian king. He's truly a snake of a man.
Geras is the name of a noble house in Brevoy, is it not? You're a noble?
Used to be. It's only a name now, nothing more. The House Geras are a noble family in Brevoy. They own several mines in the Belushkin Mountains. My father Evan is cousin to Lord Howard Geras. But he's my father no longer. In any case, I brought shame upon my name and was punished accordingly. The family saw it. I fled to Restov and took up the life of a simple mercenary, until I received an assignment here in the Stolen Lands.
We won't ask more about his disgrace. I don't think it's bad if you choose to, but... Okay, let's actually get our party in better working order now. So, generally, as before, we have our two in the front that are the shield. We have our squishy damage dealer. Yes, the weather effects in this one are a little overpowering, and the lightning can be loud, and it can be damaging, and the rain makes things worse. Yes. It's one of those things that I think players often say, or GMs often envision, it will add to their immersion in the game. The second you put it in, though, it's just unfun for everyone. And I feel like that's true of a lot of things that maybe Owlcat experimented with. We're not really in a place that we have to worry about fireballs quite yet, maybe another level or two. So keeping the party kind of clumped up is fine. We have a front line who can shield people. We have our melee guy who wants to do damage, but typically from behind, either enlarged or just waiting for these to get aggro first. Our healer, our buffer, and our ranged attacker. And we're showing off, this is a very large map. So we have a lot to do here. And we're going to be moving slowly. Ranged attacks will be a little bit weaker than normal. I really hope the rain ends soon, because this is going to be kind of miserable for a game experience for a bit. Cowardly traitors, sons of a pipe, return the relic. Coward, turn, relic. Silly, silly kobold. Go look your relic, your dungeon. Look under bed, under table, ha ha. Silly kobold, have no bed or table? Search your eggs. You lose relic, you blame the might, accuse queen. Lies, lies. Chief Sootscale, not silly. Lies, Chief Scale. Such hubris in such small and simple creatures. But are our own monarchs any better? So warlike? It's like a miniature version of the Paladin Imperial Chronicles. Stop. What's going on here? Let's try to see if we can do a little bit of peace here. I don't think we can. Stranger! Stranger! You see? Yes! Silly kobold attack might. Insult us, our magnificent queen. Lies. Might thief. Steal relic from kobold. We revenge. Help us, stranger. You know what they say. Might makes right. Ha 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 ha. I don't think I've ever had Reggie here. This is awesome. Oh, what do I do? I think we're gonna... Yes, that's why Coral the Conqueror raised half of Frostland. He was an expert in fiery humor. Yes, so I want to do this option. That's the one problem. The Paladin can't do this option, and I feel like the Paladin should be able to. There's an option to kind of make peace with the two groups. But for whatever reason, they say making peace is not a lawful option. So, in that case, do we even care? Well, oh, actually, maybe we can try it. We should make peace and search for the relic together. Let's see if that works. I don't think it will. Never. Death to traitors. We no retreat. Choose who supports stranger or enemy of us all. Let's hear our companion's advice. It's up to you. Living among these creatures is dangerous. That almost hit me. The kobolds are aggressive, poorly organized. It's better to exile them or not interfere. If they haven't done anything bad, we should not attack them. Let's side with Chief Sootskull and the kobolds. They're funny and they haven't the guile to lie. I just killed them all. Less monsters, less problems. But you have to choose, side with the might. Interesting that Reggie and Octavia here are on opposite sides. If we can't make peace with them, I'd rather wipe them both out. They are both kind of nasty. So... At least right now, also we can let the two of them help murder each other for a little bit first. We don't have to deal with them quite as much. This is one of our, three-way battles. We'll start seeing more of these. And yes, because it's raining, it's difficult terrain, we move very slow. So this is going to take some time to get into this battle. We also will see our first round of how annoying mites can be at this level without a lot of cold iron. I think we may have a cold iron dagger somewhere. Do we have that yet? Or is that... I don't think we even have that yet. We do not have a cold iron dagger. So we have no way of getting through their current DR. That's often why I will go for the mites first, help the kobolds kill the mites, then kill the kobolds afterward.
Consider me provoked.
Because the mites have a slight advantage here, in my opinion. We're not going to bother. We can try to. We can't. Oh, we can daze the kobolds. We can't daze might. Sure. The rain. The rain is so bad. Stay behind our fearless tank. I really hope the rain ends soon so we actually can see something on the screen, because right now this is miserable. Not a great stream experience. I understand. Yep. I often put it on, like, Valerie, who's not going to hit that often anyways, but when she does hit, at least that means it's not completely wasted.
Do not falter. This is for you.
Oh, yes. And because of the rain, we have concealment as well. So, all kinds of problems with this rain. Oh, I don't think I have... Do I have Touch of Fatigue set as his... There we go. At least spell combat will be double attacking now. I think it should be safe for him. Maybe not quite safe enough with combat casting. Okay, at least next round we'll be in range to start doing something. Taken 2 rounds to get close because of the rain. Valerie, start working on these mites. There we go. We got 1 mite down. And we got our AC up. Where's our next mite? There's our next mite.
I'll fight if I have to.
Lindsay, let's keep this guy stunned. Can you get to a mite? You can get to a mite, but you'd be in bad place. Let's go for the kobold here. Nice. Don't think you even got the second attack off from that. It's also weird. On most playthroughs, I've actually come here before I've gone to Pine Patch. So I've cleared all of the... There's a lot of natural monsters here if you do that. So I think you might be able to double dip the XP by first killing all the regular monsters, just a lot of hyenas basically, and then come back and kill all the mites and kobolds. So I might have missed some XP here. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things. Very nice job there, Fainless. Getting rid of some more mites.
Stay behind me.
Wow, we're doing really well against these mites. That's much better than normal, I feel. We'll keep going on some mites.
Serves you right.
Bleed for me.
Like, I like how in this one, it really does get the cast out of range, step in, and deliver, usually right. There it goes. And it did spell combat correctly. Nice to see that working. It is useful that right now, they stay more or less focused on each other. The Mite Kobold War is not really there. I think you could make it pretty easily. The Kobold camp is maybe 24 miles away from the old Sycamore where the mites are. So you could make this happen, but they are further apart. and it's easier to have both coexist or kill one, not the other. So it's not quite as much as this one makes it into. Like Tartuccio's not really. Well, I think in the second edition one they put Tartuccio into it, but Tartuccio was not in the first edition version as much. They had alternate ways of kind of what's sparking these groups off, what's causing problems. The Mite Cave is only 5 rooms in the pen and paper compared to this sprawling complex here. The Kobold Camp might be about 4 rooms as well. So I think they kind of doubled the size of this whole area. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, this feels a little bit too large of a starting dungeon at this low level range, especially, given the sandbox nature and, when you could show up here versus,
Let us strike as one.
you could get here as early as level 2, like I am right now, and kind of be a little out of place. Okay, I think we only have kobolds left, so they're going to turn on us at this point. But, I mean, most times when I've run it, on my more recent group, I'm having a 6-player party, and so I was expanding the size of some of these rooms a little bit. I was adding some extra creatures to make up for it. The group was being very loud, and so attracted attention. So we basically ran it as a single room with all the rooms pouring in, but over a number of rounds. So it wasn't instantly like full pulling the dungeon, but it was pretty close. I mean, you're in a very small, like 4-room cave system that's not very spread apart. And we have a gunslinger who was not making an effort yet to be silent. So the whole dungeon was alerted and came running in at once. I think the leader of the Mites is a little more interesting than here. Instead of queen, whatever, it's more of a warlord riding a giant pick. And I found that to be interesting. If I remember correctly, he also doesn't have great control over his mount. So, they have some control, but not complete. I mean, mites are able to talk to vermin, but it was still, I think the tick was really the only real threat in that room. I think even like the mite leader's like a level 2, where the tick's like a level 4 or something.
Attack! Strike as one.
Do not falter.
Okay, so we got through that. Let's start looting. Typically, kobolds at least have some kind of nice gem item, which makes them a little more valuable. That looks like all we got there. I know there's a area over this way. Let's head over there right now. I really hope the rain ends soon. This is going to be old fast. It already is old, in my opinion. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's save. I don't want to have to go through this fight again. I think we should have no trouble with the DC 23 athletics.
I'm no servant.
We did have trouble with it. Do we heal? We should probably heal. Everyone took enough damage. There we go. Nope, Harem, you don't go in front. We have some mites here. Talking about some treasure they found, and when we get close, they will attack us. There we go. This might be the cold iron dagger I was remembering. Let's see. Let's delay until after Valerie goes in. You can... Yeah, we'll have you go as well later. Go get them mad at you, Valerie. Oh, you're not going to get an attack off, are you? So much for your AC. Oh, no, you did get an attack. Perfect. You might have missed, but you got an attack. Regagnar, get in there and hopefully destroy one of them with your double attack. Where is your... Yeah, I mean, I mean, oops, I did not mean to hit that. Yeah, there's a lot of places where I feel like where a player can say, I'm going to take my gear off, try the check, and put it back on. It takes only that long to say. Versus in the game here, going through the inventories, doing all those operations, it's not horribly long, but it's long enough that it just feels awkward. Like setting watches, I think at least this game did a good job with how you can, you set the watch once, you never have to set it again later. It's always ready, you know. So that's the same type of kind of set it once and forget it that often makes sense for establishing kind of here's what we always do when we're here.
You can't stop me.
That is true. I don't think I do most of I think a lot of them here I don't bother with. A lot of them just get you to a place you can get elsewhere by backtracking.
Stay behind me.
Double miss. Wonderful. XP, though, that is true. That is true.
Consider me provoked.
This is the battle of misses, it looks like. Everyone is missing everyone.
We shall.
There we go. We hit someone. Can we finish off the sentinel, please?
Let
Nope,
us
nope.
strike as one.
Thank you. Okay.
Do not falter.
For Gardnar, we have a sneaky and a yearling. I believe the sneaky is one level of rogue. The yearling is one level of fighter. Let's get rid of the rogue with sneak attack.
Bleed for me. Fear me.
I'm pretty sure the lightning can hit you. I think it'd probably one-shot me if it does. I'm a little worried about that right now. I think I've seen that happen before.
This is for you.
That sure looked like that hit the the mite. Okay, just have one left. No more flank for them. No more sneak attack for them.
Onwards.
I think Emiri still feels like it's probably doing more damage than Regardnar does. But his double attack might still make him more consistent. I'll need to keep seeing how that goes. And especially right now when I'm not using a damaging spell for Spell Strike. I'm just using a Touch of Fatigue to get the extra attack. So now we get their special treasure. Let's see what they were so worried about. Oh, come on. Not another natural one? No, just a fail. I think you can try again. Oh, Lindsay can try instead. There we go. Yes, and that is the +1 Cold Iron Dagger and some more Bracers of Armor. I don't think we need a second Bracers of Armor right now. If we go for the crazy build for Haram that I'm considering, we might need him for him, I guess. He's going to be so squishy, though. I'm not sure I'm going to go with that build or not. We do have a Cold Iron Dagger, which, our main character could use. It would lower his damage significantly. But when fighting the mites, it would avoid their DR. I think for now, though, I'm not going to bother. We'll just keep it there. Please don't fail again, Reggie. Thank you. And it looks like the rain has ended. That is good. So let's actually check the map to see, we've done maybe about a ninth of the map. I typically do the whole south area first before working my way up. This is mainly going to be just kind of natural animals. This is not the Mite Kobold War normally. We'll see some frogs. We'll see some Thessalines. We might see a Tatzelworm. Nothing too big.
To
But again, this is really just getting some XP right now. Usually I let things come to me. I think I will still do that here. I would like to get the fighting defensively going, but we weren't going to get an attack off anyways unless they close to us. And by letting them close,
Stay behind me.
sometimes we can, kill them before they can get flanked on us, and we can get flanked on them. Which does feel a little opposite to me of how things often go in a Pathfinder table, where you want to just rocket tag and kill them before they get a chance to go. But at least for these non-magic creatures, this tends to work pretty well. That's what I found, at least. Harem, yeah, you can come and try to finish him. It's close enough. How much are they worth XP-wise? 18. Not a lot. We need about 1,000. We only need 600-ish to go. Not bad. 650-ish. It'll take some time, but we'll get there. Probably before we head into the caves.
This requires your attention. Done and done.
I don't remember this. Oh, okay. I think by coming here early, I never get this event, usually. An oversized mite approaches you. He raises his bald blue head with dignity, and his neck is decorated with taglocks and a wolf's fang pennant. To his right walks a kobold, also swelling with conceit. Welcome. Peace zone. Fear no war. No one attack. Only maybe fat wolf lord. He wants to chew us. We more sly. We kill him. Big reward. Ward. Say about wolves. Fine, I will kill the wolf leader. This is the warg. I don't think I've ever succeeded at this. Well, let's try it today. I often just ignore the warg. Who are you? Why are you not fighting? War bad. Okay. I guess we want to help them. Okay, so we're going to try to kill the warg this time. I often do very poorly with that. Hello, Arabani. Welcome in. So I have played this game before, so it's not a first-time playthrough. I have never beat it. I am not worried about spoilers for anything in Acts probably 1, 2, or 3. I'm playing a Paladin here, and it's still obviously pretty early on. This is the second stream of Kingmaker for this. We don't need to use a song here. I think that one's already flanked, so yeah, let's come in and do this. Let's get our defensive fighting up. Perfect. Do you have all the feats already to avoid? You have point blank and precise at this point already? Looks like the answer to that is no. Thought you started with one of them. Yeah, you start with point blank. You don't have precise shot yet. So we will go for the further one away. I think they might still both be in combat. So in that case, we'll go for the close one.
You can't stop me.
Didn't matter either way. The -4 would not have made a difference there. Let's get your fighting defensive bonus up. Thank you. You have a favorite class to play through when you play Urbani? Or Nilbog, for that matter. I know you've both played before. I love that it's failing its save after it dies against the touch of fatigue. Not particularly useful.
Do not falter.
Yeah, the armored battle mage always just feels so good. But the fact that you don't get there until is it level 17 when you get heavy armor? Just it just feels so late in the game that if you have survived to that point, you have made a character who survives with light or medium armor, so heavy armor buys you nothing, you have wasted stats. So that's why I like the armored one to try to get there faster, but it still doesn't feel right. Then, of course, I was mentioning there is the mithril trick that I think most GMs allow, but I don't know if Owlcat's coded it. You still need to manually take heavy armor proficiency to be able to wear the heavy armor. But if it's heavy armor and it's mithril, it should end up working and not have the problem. So around level 7, when you get medium, if you waste a feat taking heavy manually and find mithril plate, you can often make it work on a battle mage a little bit earlier. Or sorry, not a battle mage, just a regular magus. But again, I haven't tested how that works in this game to know if Owlcat allows that version or not. I played a magus. I played a Kasatha magus in Rise of the Rune Lords, which was busted, and I don't think the GM realized how strong a 4-armed magus can be.
Do not hold back.
Because I think I often had a wand in one hand, my sword in the other hand, a bow in the third hand, and then one hand free to do spell combat, and it was a little bit silly. Okay.
I will guide us.
We're just trying to clear more of this open world area, or not open world, but overland zone. Trying to find more XP. So let's see, what is our current mobility? What is our best mobility? We have a +9 on Octavia. That's not a great roll. And I don't think she's not wearing any armor, right? So we can't make that too much better. We could maybe do a bless or a guidance or something. So she needs a 12 or better.
Adventures call to them.
I forget. Do we have aid, guidance, whatever in this one? That would let you spell combat with a two-handed weapon. Yes, I believe. I need to double check. Some of the things might say one. Some things say one-handed weapon and some things say one hand free, and I don't remember which one this was. But it was a good trick for some things here and there. We want this on Octavia. And I'm going to put a save. I might be silly here. Yeah, early on to get the reach before you can necessarily cast defensively all the time easily. Because eventually you can just turn that on and basically you're always casting some low-level shocking grasps over and over again, and it's not a problem. You can cast defensively guaranteed. Once that triggers, it is very nice.
I did as you asked. I did as you asked.
In 2nd edition, I am playing a reach-based magus in one of my campaigns. It's an inexorable iron using an elven branched spear. So I have reach. It's a finesse-based weapon, so it is a light armored character. Attacking from the back line behind the actual tank types. Works quite well. We have some tassel worms. Put another save in. I haven't put up all the neutralized poisons I'd like to have, and I think I might start needing them here, but let's try it without it first.
Don't hesitate.
Okay, I think I got that sneeze off stream. Another thing we can't daze. Can you get in on a charge? You can. So the -2 from the charge will cancel out with the fighting defensively, so I'm happy with that. And it hopefully is grabbing the attention. This is a surprise round, so we're not going to get a spell off either way, so let's just close.
Provoked.
And I don't think... Can you even get a charge off? No, we're blocking the path. You will precast. That actually might be useless. I maybe should have turned that off. I'd rather have you do a full move rather than the 5-foot step after prepping the spell. Maybe I should get Lindsay a crossbow for the times that things are immune to daze.
We shall overcome.
This is for you.
Since she does not have precise shot yet. Okay, maybe I should have been singing a bard song for her. She missed by 1.
Bleed for me.
I don't like this. Might make him a little bit more exposed to the next one, but I think we can get Valerie up to take the heat. Harem, you stay back.
Attack.
Shield wall. The next level, I'm pretty sure you will get precise shot, and that will really help.
Fear me.
Nice job there. Nice job. I think there was some treasure down this way. Yes. Well, it's kind of different to me. The every +1 mattering in PF2 is kind of the opposite of the every +1 matters here, because here it's more about the extreme, really stacking all the buffs and really going really tall on your characters in one particular area. And so, yeah, the every +1 does matter. Maybe not as much in a regular AP, but definitely in an Owlcat AP. I feel, um, I feel a as published adventure path. If you play with the level of optimization that people put into the Owlcat games, you will just curb stomp everything, and the game master will never get to do anything. So there was an arms race in PF1, and as long as your table decides where on that arms race you want to exist, everything can just work. GMs will have to put a little bit extra time into upscaling a lot of combats to keep things fun, but it's predictable. If you don't do that, though, you can end up with really misbalanced things. There will be more buff stacking here eventually too. We're just at level 2 now rather than level 14. So, oh, a second Kobold versus Might battle is going on here. And let's see, this is probably not, maybe about half the missing XP that I need. Do we just shoot the Bone Kobold? Yeah.
I'll fight if I have to.
You're casting fear on us. We'll try to kill you. And try is the operative word there. I mean, I could stack a fair number of buffs. I do have Bless. I do have Bard Song. I have things I could put up to get about a +2 a lot of places. But those are limited times per day uses, and unless the fight's tough, I'm not using them. Eventually, you get to the point that you can just have Bard Song on all the time because you get rounds per day based on level and other things. I think she's up to 14 rounds per day right now. Maybe I'm being overly cautious on it, but I don't like using them right now. Back when we had Amiri in the party with her Rage, again, that was a huge buff when I choose to use it, because the Rage powers really combo well, and so when you're in Rage, you get much stronger, but I have to kind of ration the uses of that. Just like his one Smite Evil a day, kind of limiting.
As one.
Let's see. Yeah, the guy we're surrounding. Let's try to knock you out of the fight.
I'll cut you.
So like right now, especially for my play style, which you've all seen in Wrath, I tend to do kind of the minimal buff, straightforward approaches. So a lot of the always on abilities. That's like the defensive fighting in Crane Stance abilities for my tanks. I really value that. The spell combat with Regardnar to get double attacks every round, starting from level 2 onward. I really value those kind of abilities. Yes. Yeah, PF1, you win or lose in character creation much more. You can make some crazy, crazy bonkers characters, and that can be a lot of fun. We have, you know, someone who really knows how all of the like grapple and sunder rules work. So he would make characters that are all about sundering all the boss's equipment, and he'd be great at it. And you know that really debuffs the boss really fast. It also means you lose half your treasure, but you know, if you optimize for it, if that's the one thing you're good at, your character will be really good at it. I am really glad that Sunder is not really in PF2, because that was pretty miserable sometimes.
You can't stop me.
Because especially once players start using it, the GM will use it a lot more against the players. And for players losing your magic gear, that is much, much worse. Yeah, that's kind of where I try to find a balance for myself. And at least so far, I mean, outside of a few tough fights in Wrath, it's been working. There are a couple fights where I definitely had to lean on Nilbog's advice. I think that really helped with Sunder was basically break the weapon or break the armor. So basically attacking weapon and armor. The equivalent here, they put in a Sunder combat maneuver that I think just makes it for that round. Your armor doesn't give its armor bonus. So it's still pretty nasty, but it doesn't actually break it and destroy it. Sunder could like destroy the item. So it's like, oh yeah, you broke the boss's +3, battle axe. He can't use it anymore. You can't loot it either. So it was very much wealth destruction abilities.
Stay behind me.
It's also like the classic trick that some GMs like to use of disarm, grab, and run away with all your weapons, which is also really not a fun strategy.
Do not hold back.
Yeah, the rounds. Yeah, so that version to me is much more fair. To me, that's a more fair version of the whoops, we just cut your armor in half and you lost it, because it can be tough to recover from that if you're losing all of your wealth every fight. Of course, there are some campaigns that like that style of play. I know there's always the groups that want to have, a more cycling of weapons. You use what you find. You don't get too attached to it. And that can be a fun style of play, but I don't think that's the baseline that most people expect. Yes, you saved at your fatigue, but you're dead. I don't think that matters. I think one of the Might Priests over here is channeling negative energy. I'm hoping to stay out of that scrum until that one gets killed or they run out of it. Yes, there is raising, so they players keep wanting it, so they put it in. But it is very cautious. I think it is. I don't think they use it against armor. There are still some things, I think, like the classic Black Pudding. It does damage to armor whenever it hits you, and it can be bad. It can be very bad.
Provoked.
Because unlike PF1, PF2, the fact that armor is magic does not increase its hardness or hit points. I believe in PF1 it increased its hardness by 10 and maybe doubled its hit points or something along those lines. So magic armor was harder to break than regular armor. In PF2, it's the same. And like leather armor has like a hardness of maybe 5 and 10 hit points, 20 hit points. So if you're hurting the armor directly, you are just likely to destroy it. Or at least get it to the broken threshold very quickly. I kind of wish they had made the magic items more resilient. I think, by the time you're hitting things like the Black Puddings, because they will destroy a barbarian's armor in the first hit. And I don't find that particularly fun. I like it better if you can get hit by something, you see it's going to be a problem, and you have to adapt, rather than you get hit once and you've already suffered the full worst result. We can daze you,
Last wishes.
or they can keep saving. Let's see. Who is the one who is channeling? The Might Priest is the channel. Only one of you. I think if we attack this one, we're in range of that channel. Where is the priest? Right there. We're gonna wait till after the priest. Yep. I really don't want to deal with that. Can you charge into him? Yeah, I know that's a very tough line figuring out what balances from intrinsic and what balances from the weapon. I'm actually not happy right now with the balance in either PF1 or PF2 for that matter. I'd like it to be a little different. Um, I think in general, I kind of like the idea of the alternative bonus progression in Pathfinder 2. I don't often use it because I like giving out loot, but I like the idea for uh, natively getting that +1, getting the extra dice with whatever weapon you're using. But then I would like to see, you know, more variety and interesting uh, once or twice a day type abilities on special gear you can find. Here's why you'd use a magic weapon rather than just whatever your intrinsic ability is. Might be a little dangerous. We got Regardner out there by himself, but he had the chance to try to take out the priest who's been causing problems. At least they're all attacking each other. Let's see. Raising weapons are particularly good at damaging objects, structures, and vehicles, including shields. Okay. Yep. So let's see. We want to keep doing damage. We're not going to get in range.
This is for you.
We'll do our best. We are getting a little close to that guy. I don't love that. But so far, they're all focused on each other. What is your AC right now? Not good. Is it really that low? Did I take off your armor? No, you're just that bad. Got it. Can you charge into anyone useful? You can get there. We can't get you to the priest. And let's run past the sentry. On hit, X happens is way cooler than +X. But exactly. Yeah, that's why I think if a game was built around Pathfinder 2's alternate bonus progression or whatever it's called, built in, so the +1s you never get from the gear, they're just always baked in, and all gear was just special and different. I would like that, but that's the trouble. If you use ABP, it solves one problem, but then it leaves that void of what magic should be used for instead. Now, I think I need you to at least keep this guy busy. I do not want him coming to my back. Oh, that solves that. I was not expecting to one-shot him. Okay. Lindsay, I think we need you to get you close enough that you can do things. I think this is the priest. I hope you're out of channels. You've done 3. Nope, you have 4. Oh, that's a lot of channels. Oh, and I just skipped Reggie's turn. That was a mistake. Yeah, you won't see a lot of vehicles. You do see a fair number of animated objects and creatures, I feel. You see the folks with shields. But yeah, the fact that the Raisin Ruffian can't go after the people's weapons, because I think it has to be an unattended object most of the time. Try to finish that priest. That priest is going to be a problem still. Not with a shot like that, Octavia. Where the priest is still pretty level 4 cleric. Okay, you might still have a couple more. If you channel, are you likely to heal the enemy? What is the range? How do I hide that while I'm looking at this? Does anyone know? I don't want to see the pop-ups. I want to be able to see the range better. I think that's everyone but Reggie. I'll do that. Oh, it is getting Reggie. It's getting everyone. I think it got one kobold. I'm okay with that. That's basically counteracting the negative channel. Please,
Let us
take out the
strike as
priest.
one.
1 point through their DR. Is it DR5 or DR3? DR2 it looks like. Or minimum 1. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Can't get there in one turn to hit him. So we'll go for a different one. Okay. Are we in range to demoralize? I think we are. Yeah, it's hard to pan the camera also because we can't rotate in this one. What did you roll? Okay. You rolled decently. Okay, good. No more channels. And you failed. Made concentration check, failed concentration check. I wonder what were you trying to do? Not sure. Well, finish him off, please. You get two tries. There we go. Nice job there, Reggie. At least we used the channel negative to tenderize all of them. That really helped. Because he was hurting his own allies at the same time with that, because his allies are not immune to that. It would be nice also if they made an axe that was like the shield pulling axe that helps like just yank the shield out of position. So like, on a hit, spend an action and it lowers the shield. I think that could have been a niche for a weapon special trait. Ooh, Reggie. Not good. Let's get you close enough.
Do not falter. Onwards.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Do not hold back.
Oh, I didn't see there was one behind me. Oh well. But we still took out a mite. We can actually daze the one behind us. That one actually finally failed. We've had a lot of successes there for a while. You don't need to go for the one who's dazed. Let's go for one of the mites. And did he fail? Nope. What is your DC anyways? Your DC is 13. Yeah, they're not going to be failing against your touch of fatigue. We're only using that for the second attack. And I also like that at least they're generous here that if the enemies kill the enemies, so it's the three-way fight, we're not losing the XP. We still get the XP for whatever dies.
You can't stop me.
I guess if we didn't, there'd be a funny mechanic for like you're trying to kill steal each side over and over again to get the XP. That probably would not have been a very fun experience after the first time. Nice job, Harem. I was not expecting you to hit, but since he was stunned, I was willing to take the risk. What do we have left? We have 2 mites left that are unhurt. They must have made all their saves against the negative energy.
Stay behind me.
We shall overcome.
We'll try another demoralize. Actually, let's put this on our bar. We're likely to use that enough. Oh, actually succeeded. Wow. Was not expecting that. Very good. Nice job.
Bleed for me.
Okay, finish that one. Let's loot all this. Going to be a lot of nothing, but we'll get some. Yeah, I remember the shamans tend to have decent stuff. Let's see. So we've done. I think that is just a. I think that we can't get to on. Oh no, I think we can get there on this path. So we'll try that. It is so different to me. I've always done this early. I'm not used to seeing kobolds everywhere here. I'm used to seeing all the hyenas. We have 3 sentinels probably. Regulars. Go for the sentinel. Oh, you're way out of position. Let's come here. Let's block this one. Good. Go for Lindsay. Sorry, go for Valerie. Looks like a charge can reach. And no spell strike. And a miss. He needed a 2. He needed a 2. These probably all have all in melee, so it's whoever's most hurt, I think was that one. Okay. You got your AC bonus.
Let us strike as one.
You got your AC bonus now. Almost everyone is trained in shields, but I don't see that many people actually using them. There's enough things that want a free hand or a 2-hand that I feel shields are not used as much as I expect them to be. I think they're really strong, and a lot of my characters will use them, but I didn't see them as often in society play as I would have expected. Of course, I haven't done a society game in about a year now, so the meta has evolved. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm enjoying Reg. I think he's filling Amiri's role pretty well. I haven't normally done this.
Considerably provoked.
Looks like she just hit Valerie, but I know it doesn't work that way. Oh, who else? More. Oh, so this is the Kobold entrance. I don't think I've come in the Kobold entrance before. Interesting. What do we got? We have an Alchemist, a Sentry, and a Regular. Let's see. It's a surprise round. That's weird. It felt like they surprised us. But we get the surprise round. This is a kobold cave. Where are the traps? Where are the traps? Valerie, are you going to find a trap for me? I feel like you're going to find a trap for me. Okay. No trap yet. Stainless, are you going to find the trap? I mean, these are kobolds. Backstory for the characters, you end up dealing with various fighters, knights, better armor, need to find some equalizer. Yeah, that works. Hide behind the front line, please. Even if you're blocking the charge lane. Lindsay, get behind them as well. Reg, we don't want you in front. We'll just move you up a little closer. How much closer are we getting? They'll have all these little 9 experience per kill. Takes a long time to get to the next level.
Do not falter.
Go for the alchemist. And let's try not to be as crunched up. Good. Now we're going to get all clumped up on the alchemist, but I think that's okay. He'll be hitting himself and his allies. You're going to stay back, though. I don't want you getting hit. We could maybe heal. How far down are you? You are... Yeah, let's give you a heal. We'll use up a True Strike. Should probably swap out the True Strike. There's no reason for him to have True Strike prepared. We're not going to be using that. Let's try to stun the alchemist.
You deserved it.
13 versus 14. I never quite understand. There are some times when... I wonder what it is. On attack rolls, it seems like it is... They show the roll you got versus the roll you needed. On saving throws, it seems like it shows the roll you got versus the DC, ignoring the modifier. So I feel like there's some inconsistency there that I don't quite know what they're trying to teach us. Oh, that's true. It is his domain. So unless he gets a second domain, and I don't think Harum will, he'll always have that. So it'll keep just getting turned into a channel. Okay, you're going to get hit by a lot of things, though. I don't like that. That may have been a really bad move for you. Oh, good. If you're going to buff first, you're not throwing an Alchemist Fire at me. That makes me happy. I approve. I approve, Alchemist. You made a very good choice. You did not attack me. You got fatigued by taking that as well? I didn't think... Oh no, it's Touch of Fatigue. That's right. It actually landed for once.
Onwards.
And a natural 1. Come on, someone. You can hit eventually, right? You can maybe hit. Try to stun him. Yes. Okay. Keep the alchemist stunned. Reggie, do your thing, please. 1. That's 2. Perfect. Nice job. And he's worth almost 3 regular kobolds. Yeah, I love having options. Having options to me is the most important thing in a character. I want to make sure that every turn, and this is maybe different here in this game than in a pen and paper. You know, here where I'm having to control 6 people, I kind of like having defaults that I can just do reliably. But when I'm playing a single character, I really love, you know, each turn feeling unique and each turn feeling different, and not having a routine makes me really happy.
Stay behind me.
Probably why I like champions so much in 2nd edition. I feel like the choices of how to protect people, how to how to debuff the enemy, and just how to best position yourself is a very fun mini game for me.
Do not hold back.
Any last wishes?
I'll cut you.
Okay, that went well. Let's grab all the loot. Why is there 13 items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's counting the gold, but I already picked up the gold. Or is it the one back there, maybe? Entrance has been recently cleared. Okay. 38 items. Yeah, I don't think Owlcat can math right here. 14 items. I see 4. Okay, we've finished 2 rows. We won't go in the cave yet. We'll save that for later. Let's save. Is this where the warg is? That might be the next kind of stretch up. Might be right here.
Would you look at that?
Here's some of the traps I was expecting. Oh, this is the bandit set, I believe. The bandit
I see
necromancer.
something.
I think each gold piece in Kingmaker gets counted separately, but I think it also gets confused when you pick up the gold and it doesn't properly decrement. I think that's why the numbers just mismatch.
Done
Yeah.
and done.
Champion's reaction when used effectively is amazing. I'm gonna let me pause after I
No
fix
one's
this.
embarrassed. I did as you
One of
asked.
my favorite adventures I was playing, we had a pair of champions who were just cross protecting each other. At which point the GM is like, "There's nothing I can do. Whatever you hit, if I attack either of you, you block the other one, and I get no damage through." It was just, it was brutal. A pair of champions as a frontliner in PF2 is almost an unbreakable wall. Might be a little too strong. Probably in a 4-player game, it's not going to happen often enough to be a problem. But, at a 6-player PFS table, it comes up often enough that I think it can be a little bit problematic. I don't think we can charge in here. So we'll try to charge in here. Oh, we can. I love how they all instantly stand up, though. You'd think it would take them a round to, wake up, to stand up, at least spend one action standing up. Who do we want to try to stun? It's a surprise round, though, at least. You're in range. We'll go
This
for
is
you.
where I step in.
Who can you hit with your charge? You can't get to him. What's most important is that you get your AC buff up. Oh, well, last time I played this, they woke up when I walked next to them before I could coup de grace. So I thought they were triggered. That's why I thought they would wake up as I charged in. I thought they were scripted to wake up when you get too close. Because I have tried that before and it didn't work.
Oh, look!
Yeah, I see the trap. It's out of the way.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, I used to always play predominantly 6-player groups. And ever since I've moved back to more 4-player groups, I'm really appreciating a lot of the balance and complexity more. Yeah, maybe there might be a stealth check because I don't think I've had Octavia here. I've usually only had my starting 4. Because I usually come here first before going to the tomb, so I haven't got anyone else yet. And I think that's made a big difference on how my plays have played at this point. Okay, yeah. Let's turn that off for now. Or at least get closer. I have to remember to turn that back on, though. Yeah, I often forget to use coup de grace. I know it's very strong in this one, and I should use it more. I mean, of course, with back in Wrath, with Ember's Sleep, often used it, but at the same time, often just attacking is just as fast and doesn't have the long animation. Okay, Valerie, can you help work on the Necromancer?
Let us strike as one.
That's the biggest threat. Shoot the Necromancer,
Consider me provoked.
please. You're gonna miss, yeah. Okay, Reggie, let's turn back on your touch of fatigue, and yeah, you're going to provoke, you're going to get hit,
Die for
but
me.
it won't interrupt your attack.
Bleed for me.
Ooh, that's not good. Who all failed? Octavia failed and Valerie failed, but Haram can probably remove that before it matters. Yes, perfect. It's good if you have no other way. Yeah, yep, I would agree with that. I I think I had to use it. The only time I had to use it, I think, may have been in Blackwater. I think I may have needed it there to finish off one of the things I was having trouble with. I had the way to stop the regen. I just kept missing with the way to stop the regen. You have removed fear, right? So let's put that. That gets everyone. Luckily, our initiative order there worked in our favor. We'll keep this one locked down, hopefully. Yeah, I wish I knew what they were trying to show with 13 versus 14 being a failure, or being a success. 13 versus 14, to me, should be a fail. So something about, and I don't remember if in Wrath it's the same problem. I know to hit rolls makes sense to me, but the saving throw rolls, I think, just get presented in a useless way. The archer's less of a threat.
Do not falter.
This is for you.
Like that 9 versus 12 is actually 9 on the die versus 12 needed on the die. So that one to me makes total sense and it is a useful tooltip.
Hear me. Call me your heart. I'll cut you.
This one's not stun locked. Two attacks at this level already? What level are you? How are you getting 2 attacks at this level? Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, they're showing the roll versus the DC. I feel like that is not a useful. That's not a useful thing to show though. Um, on the attack rolls they showed the roll versus what you needed for the roll, and to me that makes a lot of sense. So I don't see why they don't subtract the mod from the DC. To me, that would have made it consistent with how they show the attack rolls. How are you getting 2 attacks at this level? We don't know. Because reasons. Got it.
You deserved it.
Yeah, because I said the attack roll ones at least make sense to me. The attack rolls, or it could be if they showed you combined value versus DC. That's also a fine one. But the roll versus DC is like, I don't even know what they were thinking. That makes no sense to me in any game system.
Die for me.
Attack!
Poor Reggie. He definitely takes a lot more damage. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, we definitely need to, when I can start using Enlarged Person more freely and keeping him behind the front line, that will be good.
Stay behind me.
That might be one of the advantages of this planned Harem build, where he becomes a Mystic Theurge. He will have Enlarged Person to spare.
Bleed for me.
Oh, that was a weird, because he's in a weird cycle now where he's not getting to use spell combat very effectively with how we've killed things kind of between his 2 hits, leaving him in a weird state.
Any last wishes?
Let us strike as one.
Come on. Stop missing. Hit him. Looks like he's staggered. Is he at 1 HP or 0? Where is he at? Doesn't actually tell me on this one, huh?
I'll cut you.
I think he's at 0. Okay. What do we get? Heavy crossbow. We'll grab it because I might want to give Lindsay one. Yeah, so it was an alternate build I saw. I mean, I think for Tristian, going just 20 levels of cleric to me makes sense. He's strong enough. There's no reason not to. But there's a harem build that, you know, he's never going to really be good in melee anyways. So there's a build that says, yeah, yes, he has the heavy armor feat. Just ignore it. It's the lost cause. And go into the Imperial Sorcerer to get the wisdom-based sorcerer, and then use that. I'm thinking of trying that on this build. I know it's non-standard in many ways, but I think it sounds like it could be interesting to play around with. Because I feel like
Our path leads on.
really having Tristan having the full, you know, the full level 20 cleric, full level 9 spells is definitely worth it. You know, you do give that up by going for Mystic Theurge. You're not going to be quite as good.
I did as you asked.
Okay. We also need to heal here. We're going to use some potions. I think I have enough. They're not as generous as in Wrath. Wrath gives you so many potions, which I appreciate. Okay, so I think this might be the way to the wards. Do I want to go there now? No. I will wait until I get level 3. We are very close. We'll come back to this one.
I found something interesting.
Yeah, I agree. You know, trying to stay single class as much as you can, I think, is a little, you know, it won't feel as abusive at times. You know, the monk dips I did for the AC, I hold my nose when I do that. I know it's kind of I don't think it fits the characters' personalities. I don't think it fits anything else, but the build is the buffs are just so worth it.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
This should get us the level. Another 3-way fight. We have mites. Do we have any priests? Am I going to be taking a lot of damage if I charge in? Not that I can see. So we will charge in. We cannot charge in. Let's get about halfway to them. We don't see any priests.
You can't stop me.
Yeah, I would agree. Prestige classes to me don't feel like it's because that's just an evolution of the character. It's, you know, kind of a specialty rather than the, you know, 4 1-level dips all over the place, which is to me what feels more different.
This is where I step in.
I think like my Sela build with the 1 level of Witch, 1 level of Monk, like 4 levels of Dragon Disciple, that one gets a little weird. I think 3 levels of Fighter at the end, I think is what they do. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of maybe wishing I hadn't followed that. And I think I would still do the Monk and the Witch one, just because the AC, you really need it in that game. But I think staying pure Champion or pure Paladin the rest of the way probably is just about as good. And is, you know, a little more reasonable. Can you charge? You can. Let's get in there. This fight looks a little larger, but as long as they stay focused on each other. Are there mods that let you do a Gestalt build? I've never played Gestalt. I know it's another very common, you know, here's how to do some really crazy things. I guess in some ways, Legend is kind of that way. Not quite, but close. I guess there must be a mod to do anything. Interesting. That would be fun to try sometime. If I actually really had an idea for what combos I wanted to play. Is that just for the main character, or is it for main character and companions, or how does that work? I had one friend who I think through like level 12, he had taken like one level in each spellcasting class. So he had like an absolutely absurd number of level 1 spells. I forget how, I don't remember if he was effective or not, but it was an interesting concept to play with.
Consider me provoked.
Nice job there. Nice job there, Octavia. Feel a little bad for, I want to be focusing on the mites, but I feel like because Lindsay can only stun the kobolds, we end up helping the mites a little more than I want to. That would be interesting. That might be the more fun version for me than when I want to do just a pure no-thought run. Instead of dropping it down to story or easy, just turning that on and leaving it on normal. I need to think which combos are actually fun. I think there could be some really good ones in Wrath. I don't think we have all the subclasses that would work quite as well here in some cases. I can imagine, putting like, can you, I wonder, does Rage stack with the Shifter? Because that would be kind of hilariously broken. You know, the Griffin Heart Shifter with Rage, that would be, or even just with a Monk, I think that would stack with the, yeah, that's probably true. I think Griffin Heart Shifter Monk would be pretty broken. I need to finish building. I'm playing in Seasons of Ghost starting in a couple weeks. I need to finish building my character for that.
What
I didn't mean to move Harem in. That's what happens when I chat with chat too much. But I'm working on the Furling Brocade Magus subclass in PF2. It's the very much like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, you know, jumping through the air, Magus kind of style. I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's a suboptimal subclass, but it's going to be fun.
Do not falter.
Yeah, I didn't think the AC would stack, but I think the extra attacks might stack.
This is for you.
You were a druid who took cleric archetype and can't. Yes. Yeah. Cantrip expansion with archetypes, you can get a lot of useful cantrips. And cantrips in PF2 scale well enough that it's worth having a lot. I find that to be a very strong approach a lot of the time. They actually hit. Was that a natural 20? 19. Okay. And I don't think she'd been able to attack last turn, so she didn't have her defensive buffs up.
Die for me.
Another ad break is coming shortly. I don't really want to go for the kobolds, but we're going to because they're going to come for us next. We're right here. Perfect. How close are we? Oh, 49 XP. This might not be enough then. This is 9, 18, and this is also, I think, yeah, I don't think this will be, I think we'll be like 5 XP short after killing these guys.
Onwards!
Go for the might. So yeah, the ads will start within the next 60 seconds. It's always a little random. I don't quite know. When it happens, we will pause as usual.
You deserved it.
Roguelike version is just alt of party casters with prestige casters that also advance spell progression. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I also think a gestalt of like any sort of thing that does a rogue or vivisectionist with a caster with any of the prestige classes that also advance spell progression, or also advance trick attack. You can get insane amounts of trick attack dice, I think, that way on ranged attacks or spells. That could be fun to play with. Yes, Paladin Oracle. I know that's a, even without Gestalt, that's kind of a known broken option, I believe.
We shall overcome.
Oh, the fact that one of them was an 18 XP one, that might be enough to level up from this fight. That would be nice. Nice. Thank you for taking a range attack and getting yourself destroyed. That helps. These just kobolds left? Okay.
Behind me.
Get rid of all the mites, all the ones with DR. And the ones we can try to keep stunning, but we didn't succeed. Oh, there's one more mite. Okay. At this point, do I care? We can get the mite without provoking, so we'll do that. Okay, just kobolds left. Okay, let's see, how close are we? We need 4 XP. I think we get 9 for each of these, so we should level up from this. I think we actually just leveled up. Yes, but we can't level up mid-combat.
You can't stop me.
So as soon as this guy dies, though, we will level up.
Any last wishes?
I'll cut you.
And there's the level up. Perfect. Let's grab the treasure. See what else we got. Okay. Let's pause. And let's start the level ups. So aside from his 1 level dip into monk, he is going to stay, I believe, pure paladin. So not many choices to make on the main character. So level 3 paladin, sorry, level 2 paladin, level 3 overall. We're getting a feat. We're getting divine grace. We get lay on hands. So it's some good stuff here. We currently have dodge. We have heavy armor focus. We have improved unarmed strike, stunning fist, and crane style. So I believe right now we're probably, we'll see what the choices are, but we might be taking the shield focus at this point to stay with the AC side. I don't think we can take any of the follow-ons to crane yet. And we need 3 ranks of mobility. This will probably be his last mobility, but that makes the crane stance work better, I believe. Or either crane stance or fighting defensively. One of the two is buffed by that. Just keep with these. And probably from next level on, he'll add in perception as well. I love that they recommend dragon style. No, he's not going to ever be doing this. I guess unless he gets a bite attack somewhere. That would be a stupid... I'm not sure why it's recommended. To me, that's just really surprising. Yeah, crane, I believe, what does crane require? The crane wing and crane riposte. Crane wing needs BAB of 5, so we're not there yet, and crane riposte is higher up. I am still surprised that these actually work, but I know that they, I it might have been for combat expertise and not remembering why I wanted that, so that might have been a wasted skill point. I'm pretty sure it was a wasted skill point. I don't think he needs combat expertise, but I was just misremembering at the time, and I had an odd point to spare. Let's see, what does combat expertise do again? You should take a -1 penalty to get a plus. Oh, I guess that would still work with, because dodge bonuses are one of the ones that stacks in dodge and natural armor are the two that stack, I believe. So I guess I could do that for even more tankiness. I wasn't actually planning on that, but I think I could. Yeah, I think that was just me not remembering enough, like remembering that there was, dodge at 13, which I needed for other things and things like that on dexterity. I think we will just go, yes, combat maneuvers. That's what I thought. But I think we will just go the shield focus. I'm surprised it was not up at the top there. So you currently have toughness, dodge, bastard sword, and you got crane style, unarmed. Why do I dip my characters? I don't usually, but the monk dip is just so strong that I often take it. I think it's about uh, so we get the unarmed strike for free, which also qualifies us for crane style early on. So we get a one bonus extra to a dodge, and we also get less penalty on the attack rolls. So the one level dip kind of saves us 2 feats down the road, I believe. And monk still gets good saves, so it's not horrible. That's probably the only dip that I tend to do. We're gonna stay fighter for the rest here. What do you need? You probably want your heavy armor focus is probably your next thing. You get 2 skill points. You're kind of useless at all of this. What am I going to give you? Oh, I guess we need to keep giving you mobility as well for fighting defensively. Actually, I'd rather 2 points there right now. And no, we're giving you heavy armor at this point. Heavy armor focus. And bonus combat feat. Yeah, I think we'll go all in on defense on you as well. So let me check what the ACs are here. 26, 24. Is that what I expect the difference to be? Yes, that's the difference of the tower shield versus the regular, I believe. Any other changes? Banded mail for both? Banded mail for both. Both have a +1 ring. Yeah, I think the difference is just the tower shield at this point. +4 versus +2 with the heavy, but we're still pulling ahead of the curve. So yeah, that dip there doesn't show up here. That dip will only be activated when we're fighting defensively. Lindsay, you're staying pure bard. You get all the skill points. All the skill points is not enough. I don't think we need the UMD yet. We'll do that later. That's about right for a tower shield, though. It is comically big, but that's kind of what they do. Okay. Now, this is where I was declaring that she is not going to be using rays and weapons. I always take this. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. It's so hard for me to avoid that. I think probably I like lingering. I always like lingering. They're a better option for her. I don't really have a plan to build for her. There's the we took the we took uncanny. There is the persuasion one, I believe. Persuasive, which is persuasion and perception checks. We haven't been putting her deep into persuasion yet. Maybe that's not the right one. Skill focus? No. Well, I guess if she's going to be demoralizing, if we go into persuasion later on, I think for now I'm going to take lingering. Or does she need an enchantment style buff? I actually think that might be the better pick. Where is that one? Spell focus enchantment? +1 to the DC? We're going to do that. And now we take hideous laughter, so we have a reason for what we just took. So now we have, that's a fortitude, that's a reflex, and that's a will. So we have all 3 saves targeted. One of them we're trying to buff on. One's AoE. Hideous laughter is so good. Okay. And now we need one more level of cleric at least before we start considering the crazy build for him. So we'll stay on cleric for now. We are putting the points in Arcana because we do need that if he does the Mystic Theurge. That's why he has a point there. He needs one more. Actually, he needs. Oh, that one perception point might cost me. Oh, no. We have time. That's right. He is still like 3 more levels of Sorcerer before he can qualify, anyways. And I believe for this build, he will now be taking Spell Focus. No, not Spell Focus. Not Spell Focus. Yes, it is Spell Focus Necromancy. For Bone Shaker for now. And eventually he takes the specialty to like specialize in that spell a lot. Reggie, you're staying Magus all the way. No reason to dip on you. We're getting a feat. We're getting a Magus Arcana. And we get some bonus thing. Okay, he gets me. Excuse me. Kind of surprised he's not going to be not Arcana, but I have enough other people covering that. So we will do this. I think that makes sense to me. Unless, no, I'm going full, excuse me, I'm going full Magus. Okay, so here's where things get interesting. I maybe should check a build, but I don't know. Because weapon-focused scimitar can always make a lot of sense. That is one of the weapons of choice for Maguses everywhere. We could do medium armor if they do the mithril trick, but I don't think we're going to find mithril armor anytime soon. Arcane Strike, is this the one that swift action, 1 round, your weapons deal 1 damage, it's treated as magic? I thought we got that for free. Oh, is this what you traded away by his type of Magus? No, oh yeah, Eldritch Pool. So how does he use his Eldritch Pool? That looks the same. 1 point, swift action, +1 enchantment bonus. So how is that different than Arcane Strike? Exactly. Yeah. And that's why he would need some Arcana, I believe. But I think because that's level 7, I believe, is the heavy armor. Yeah, arcane medium armor. and then fighter training, and then arcane heavies at 13. So at 7, you could consider, I think, going there. I think the guide I saw was recommending Arcane Strike, but I don't understand. Oh, I guess it's a swift action to imbue it without using your arcane pool. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's what they were recommending. Do I like that? I'll try that. I'll have to remember to use it. I probably won't, will be the problem. And then here, Arcane Accuracy is the one that, wait, no. I thought, did they change how that works? 1 point from Arcane Pool is a swift action to grant insight bonus to Charisma and all attack rolls. What am I thinking of? What's the one that makes you attack against touch instead of AC? I think they may have changed it in this one. Oh, there it is. Dimension. Oh, they named it something different. I don't think it was called this. 2 points to do all against touch. Yep. Yeah, I think we want that. The extra bonus when we need it. I think that's what we want. And do those stack. That gives an insight bonus, and this one gives a enchantment bonus, it looks like. It doesn't actually say what type it is. Probably enchantment, or it might be untyped. Good enough. Okay. Level 1, one more level 1 spell. So he has Shocking Grasp, he has True Strike, Shield, and Mage Armor. Enlarge Person, to have it so he can put his own buff up, might be good. I think that's probably better. He's not going to be wanting to use Burning Hands. We'll take Enlarge. And you. Look, let's see. I will probably be dipping you all over the place because you're going to go into, what's it called? You're going to be going into Arcane Trickster. So what do you need for that? 4 levels of Trickery and Mobility, two dice of Sneak Attack, and level 2 spells. I'm tempted to keep you Pure Wizard, well, not Pure because you already have 1 level of Rogue, but keep you Wizard, maybe even through 3rd level spells. Get haste on you before we start going somewhere else. I think we will stay Wizard for now. But we do need, what do we need? We needed Mobility and Trickery. Make sure we're keeping those. Got it. Mobility and Trickery. Okay, good. So we're keeping those, no problem. We'll keep Arcana. You're currently our best person for that. And I don't care about stealth that much. I think we'll give you World as well, just because you are our highest int person. And Accomplished Sneak Attacker, that would let us qualify faster. It will not give us an extra die this time, so it would be a wasted feat until we level up again. So it depends how early I want to do the entry. If I'm going to wait until level 6, we get 2 feats before then. We're going to want Precise Shot. I'm taking that first. I think that's more important first. We'll take Accomplished Sneak Attacker at 5. You get 2 more level 1 spells. Let's see. Hurricane Bow will buff you. That is probably a good one to have later on. And a second person with Grease might be useful. I don't want to use it on you too often, but there will be times when making sure we can get a Grease off early. I'm going to take that. Do I like that? Anything else I want better? I think that works for me. believe that's everyone. Let's put a save there. That always takes a fair bit of time and never want to have to redo it. Okay. Let's see. HP is what are we looking at now? HP's, where do you show up here? Just hover. 31, 40, 27, 30, 24. Okay, that looks good. ACs are 24, 26, 16, 13, 17. So really, Reggie, we do need to work on your AC at some point. You will be targeted. We don't want you to be targeted, but you'll be hit some. So I do need to focus on what can I do for you. You can only wear light armor right now. We need to get you a ring. That's probably the big thing. We need to get you a ring. Okay, coming up to kind of the middle of the map. I saw that elk come down. I thought there was some crazy creature coming at me. We got some more kobolds. One more kind of bulk fight, maybe? Yeah, one more bulk fight.
This is where I step in.
At least now you'll start hitting a little more often here. Go for the shaman. Now that I see there's a shaman here. Hanram, stay back. Who did you cast Cause Fear on? Do we know? We don't know. Wasn't one of us, so don't need to worry. Let's charge. I'm kind of surprised that was a clear line. It looked like Valerie was in the way, but I won't complain. If you're not used to the charge rules from 1E compared to 2nd edition, charge is it's like sudden charge for a barbarian, but not quite as flexible. You get double your move, must be in a straight, unimpeded line. So you can't go around anyone, no one can be in your way. It's a lot more limited than the more free, 2 unrestricted strides we get in 2nd edition. Nice. So your AC should now also be much higher. Really? Why? Oh, yes. Oh, did I not turn fighting defensively back on for you? I think I may have turned it off at some point. We didn't turn it back on. We have. Oh, we're not on your turn. We'll check you on your turn.
Die for me.
It's much easier for your own party to block your charge lanes, which is always frustrating. Very common thing people will complain about.
Serves you right.
Even more so than the marshal running into the fireball is the blocking a charge lane.
I'll fight if I have to.
Let me see, how are your attack rolls? Just making sure these look like what I expect. Yep. Oh, I didn't realize that acid splash is against touch. That's useful as well. I know it's low damage. We'll switch you to using your bow soon at some point. Once you get Arcane Archer. Oh, really? Because that's not the normal rules, so Kingmaker must be a little bit more generous. Normally, anything in the way would stop you. At least that's how the GMs I know have always ruled it. Let's move you at least close enough to heal if needed. Good job, Valerie. You saved. Bad job, Painless. You missed. Oh, I forgot to check. Okay, you are fighting defensively. Yep, up to AC 28 after charging and fighting defensively. After the charge wore off. So Valerie, yes, you are not fighting defensively. Let's turn that back on. We turned that off in some fight. I forget which one.
Let us strike as one.
We should only have Oh, Valerie is shaken. Okay, I think even when saving from fear? Interesting. I forgot about that. Oh, and the tower shield gives you a -2 as well. I forgot about that. That's why you never hit anything, Valerie. Okay, we got rid of the caster. And let's actually have you move back for now. Not be the front obvious target.
You deserved it.
1 point of damage. Uh, maybe I do need to give her the bow instead of acid splash for now.
Attack!
There's 1 point of damage. And of course she's not getting her sneak attack die right now. But still, I think she's doing like 1d4 plus 1d6. It's not a lot. She will ramp up fairly well. Probably not as well as a Kundayo does as the range attacker, but I like my arcane. I like my mixed arcane martials.
Do not falter.
Bleed for me.
And I mean, spell combat at level 2 really does help out so much. It's quite the buff. It does make Magus a little overpowered in my opinion compared to other classes.
Any last wishes?
I mean, the downside is you do risk provoking all the time. Yes, yeah. Now she can, but we're not getting a lot of flanked targets is the problem. We're killing him too fast once they're flanked. But that was why I took Precise Shot, is to make that easier. And it's also not a dead feat, where Accomplished Sneak Attacker... I'm pretty sure the guide I was looking at for their version of a Arcane Trickster would have gone Accomplished Sneak Attacker right now, but it's a dead level for a level, which feels bad. I think in my furthest playthrough, the one with my Sacred Huntsmaster, I think I did go the Accomplished Sneak Attacker into the Arcane Trickster as early as possible. And, well, I guess, no, that should work. I'm not sure what I was thinking about delaying to make sure we get haste. Because I think if you take the Accomplished Sneak Attacker, you still get the 2 dies. I don't think you need to take a second level of Rogue. So I think it still works, and you only get, I think you're only 1 level late getting haste. I think I'm remembering that correctly now. I am curious to see what it looks like with Harum with the Mystic the Urge, and if he can be the main buffer and let everyone else just open up right away. That could be interesting.
I'll cut you.
But I think I'll want Tristan's healing throughput most of the time. Let's see, which one's that? Delay until after you. We might get a flanked target.
Do not hold back.
Because these both must be next to Fainless, but I don't think any of them are flanked. And they go next, so we're not going to wait. Why did you just go around and attack? What did you attack? Oh, you attacked Valerie instead? Yeah. Okay. That was a silly decision.
Stay behind me.
Die for me.
He's doing well. I don't know. I might prefer the Blood for Gorum call than the Die for Me call. So that also might be a deciding factor on which companion to keep around more of the time.
Consider me provoked.
1 more point. Okay. Another round of simple fights. Okay, it's going down by the proper number. This one looks like I could believe there's 12 items there. And that's masterwork. Well, that's worth carrying back. Nothing else was masterwork, right? Would not expect it to be. I probably will not try the shambling mound right now. I probably should not grab the radishes right now because they will spoil before we head back to Vulcan. So we will not do that. We will deal with these guys. How many are we having? Just one? Usually they're like packs of 7 or 8. That's very odd.
This is for you.
You should get your sneak attack here, though. Okay. That was silly. And I believe we don't need to descend the hill. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's right there. Save again. So here we have a... Oh, let's grab that. We have a lonely shambling mound, which does not aggro, I believe, unless you interact with it. There should be some more stuff over here. We have information about... let's actually collect it all and I'll read it then. Let's look at the body. The body of a woman, fouled beyond recognition. Her fingers still clutch a torn leather leash. And let's read the book we just got. Not that one. This one. No. That's date, newest to oldest. There we are. Went into the woods. Found many roots, pine cones, flowers, and a dead squirrel. Scant little I can make of that. I must consider where I might gain rarer ingredients for my experiments. Some damnable raccoons got into the hut while I was exploring the woods, broke all the glassware. Only thing left are 10 flat-bottom glass tubes, 5 round-bottom flasks, a couple of porcelain mortars, 3 pestles, and the precious spiral. A good thing the pots are all there. So many chemicals wasted. Shame. Need to lock everything up in the closet. Tried to finish the experiment today, the one I started at the old lab. Used the lead powder from the master's box. At the crystallization stage, the liquid foamed, changed color, and formed a deposit. Another unsuccessful experiment, and I've all but exhausted my supply of essential materials. Caught a raccoon with a snare trap. Didn't get him in time. Perhaps I should ask some hunters for help in catching experimental subjects. But I must save money, and besides, I see how those bumpkins scowl at me, as if I've grown horns. Third attempt at the crystallization experiment. Broke the last round-bottom flask. I recall my tutor calling me ham-handed and making me clean up. Perhaps he was right, but he did teach me much, despite everything. But why didn't he wish me to develop my abilities? Didn't he want me to learn everything beyond both basic potion recipes? Kept saying I wasn't ready. But in truth, he feared his students surpassing him. And for good reason. I shall prove this process works. I shall prove it to everyone. Today, an old lady came from the nearby village, asking me to make her goats yield more milk. I had to help. I'm in desperate need of more money. Oh, why must I spend my time so? Boring, boring, boring. Several pages remain, empty, and then the writings continue. Observation, day 1. Finally. I finally got a chance I can't miss. I found a dying elf in the woods. She was barely breathing, and ants were swarming all over her. Who is she? What happened to her? It matters not, for this is the opportunity I've been waiting. With great effort, I managed to drag her back to the hut, remove her clothing, and hide her behind the bags in the corner. Enough wasting my time on trifles. It's time for action. Used the largest glass tube from the master's box, the one with the warning. In case of contact with skin, washed off immediately. Ha! The doddering parrot of all standard warnings. I spread it evenly over her body and began my observation. Observation day 3. The subject has survived. Had to tie her up and gag her. The moaning could attract unwanted attention. Her skin is changing, but it is hard to determine the precise character of these changes. The early stages of festering, perhaps? The treated areas do smell faintly. Observation day 5. The changes continue, faster and faster. The epidermis has festered away, the joints are grown swollen, tough, and calloused, and the subject has a fever. Day 9. Over the past few days, the subject's legs became covered with mildew and moss. Her fingers and toes grow long and crooked, as though she would grow into the ground. I must move the subject outside. The experiment now demands sunlight. Day 13. The body's changes are so significant, it is impossible to recall the original creature's appearance from the way it looked now. A seething growth covers the whole body. Every day I find new kinds of moss, mildew, grass, and other plants. The subject attempts to move. Had to immobilize her. I tried to make contact, but she utters inarticulate sounds akin to a howling. Might intelligence be restored at a further stage? Day 18. The subject has grown larger several times. She is now strangely quiet these last few days. I'm beginning to worry. In the end, I see I've become attached to her. She will make me famous. Day 25. My living experiment shows all signs of obedience. She is much like a little tree, a magnificent walking tree. She is already 8 feet tall, and the child keeps growing. I wish to give her space, more fresh air and sunlight. I suspect we need more fertilizer. For now, I only walk her around on the woods with a leash. This is the greatest achievement of my career. Soon, we'll be ready for a journey to Absalom, and there I will present my masterpiece. I must think of a name for my girl. And we should also have... Didn't we get a broken leash? Where is it? I don't see the broken leash here. Maybe it's just on the ground. So obviously, this is the experiment. She turned an elf into a shambling mound and was killed for it. And we will ignore it for now. This fight is above our pay grade right now. We might try it later. You do get more. Okay, let's save. Let's try it. I don't think my party can handle this now. Or at least I don't think my skills can handle this now. But we will try it. Oh, you mean yeah, you get more of the leash? We'll still try it. We did just save. I'm pretty sure we will not do well at this.
We shall overcome. Let's see what they're made of.
What do we know about it? We know it's level 9. We are level 3. If we get extremely lucky, this might work. I will have to use buffs for this, though. Luckily, we do get a surprise round. We're not going to Shocking Grasp this turn. We'll just move in this turn. We'll have to use as many of our buffs as we can. You will need to sing. Sing like you've never sung before, Lindsay.
Let us strike as one.
We actually hit. Did you roll a 20 here? No, 15. Okay, so we can hit this. I'm kind of surprised by that. Okay. What do you have that can actually work? We don't know enough about it. We know its dex is low. We might be able to grease it up. I'm not sure. We can enlarge person. Let's enlarge Reggie. Oh, we can't do that in the surprise round? Why not? Oh, it's a full round cast, isn't it? Yes, full round. That's why we can't. Okay, so in that case, we will just acid arrow it or acid splash it. Okay, you've already blessed. We have... It's probably immune to mental, I would guess. That's probably not going to help us. Let's try a touch of chaos on it. That should help us. Now it's going to murder someone. Okay. It didn't finish her off in one round. Okay, let's see. We can Arcane Accuracy. This is a swift action. Get the bonus to hit. Or we could do this one, swift action, for an enchantment bonus. I think this is the bigger bonus. So we will do that. And I think we will need to do our big shocking... Oh, Wait. Shocking Grasp and Shambling Mounds. No, do not use lightning on Shambling Mounds. I think I remember that. I'm pretty sure there's the other one later in the game that has the dead wizard eaten by it with a wand of lightning bolt. Let's not do that. Do you have anything else you can use as a touch spell? No. I think we are going to stick with your just double attack approach. I'm pretty sure this would have gone really poorly if I had tried something else.
Bleed for me.
Where's your second attack?
Fear me.
Where's your second attack? You should have got 2 attacks there. Don't know why you didn't. Let's see. Hideous Laughter probably doesn't work on you. You're probably immune to mental. Of course, who knows about your version? No, this is round 1 because we're coming surprise round. He moved up to him. So this was round 1. It might be immune to this, but I'm going to try it anyways. It's not immune to that. Okay. Oh, are you also in that, Valerie? You should not have been. What? Oh, no, constricting vines from it hitting you. I think that's what it is. Got it about halfway. Let's try a snowball at this point. We were going to enlarge Reggie. Let's actually enlarge Reggie. I think that's better. I think we need to keep Touch of Chaosing it, right? Because that last yeah, 0 rounds remaining. Critical hit.
Avenge me.
Yes. Since it was grappled, it got to basically constrict, even though it did nothing else. Okay. Go for it. This should be 2 hits. Very good. Very good. That's what we like to see. Are you dead? No, you're not dead. Okay. Magic Missile it. Your person scream it. Your person scream is going to be 2d6. This will be... I think this is from your ring. Probably only a single missile. Let's try saving some of our resources. We're going to use the ring. Was 2 missiles. 9 damage. That's better than you would have done with your piercing scream.
Strike as one.
Reggie can probably finish it. But it will get a turn first. It will stand up. I'm going to just do Acid Splash. I don't think we need to do Snowball.
I'll fight if I have to.
As long as someone hits it when it stands up, I think we win. Harem, I'm going to try just a regular attack, not using a Touch of Chaos.
Become as dust.
It didn't even try to stand up. Interesting. Why not? I don't know why he didn't try to stand up.
I'll cut you.
Okay. That was better than I thought. Yes, Brink of Death here and all that stuff, so I know it's not quite the same as if I was playing on full challenge instead of normal.
Forwards.
But how much XP was that as well? Only 67. That does not really feel appropriate for a level 9, but maybe it is. Let's see. Wanted to check inventory. What did we just get? We got the silver pennant with the name Bertha. So we found the name of this person. Oh, it's all d20 rolls. That's true. It's not just on the attack rolls. forgot about that. That is true. That was that was hurting it. You need to heal though, Valerie. Thank you for being our tank there. You did your job beautifully. I wonder why that cure light isn't stacking. Must be a different caster level. Nope, it's caster level 1. Well, let's get rid of the thing that's not stacking. Doesn't seem to be poisoned. Okay. Party looks in good shape. We used some spells, but we're actually not that bad off. I thought that would have gone a fair bit worse. So that's not bad. I don't think I've tried grease on it before. I think I've always just assumed it'd be immune to grease. It had like roots or something. Do we know anything more about it after killing it? No. Yes. So this does mention active during electrical storms. So I was pretty sure I remembered that from my lore. It's not going to tell us what it would have done, but I'm pretty sure if I had tried the shocking grasp on it, things would have gone very poorly for me. I think it might haste it and heal it, if I'm remembering correctly. And that would not have been good for us. Of course, we are coming up on another tough fight. There's the warg around the corner here that we're told to kill with one of our little things. And I wonder if we still have enough spells to deal with the warg. We might be a little bit low for that. Back up, Lindsay. At least Regardnar is still large. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Die for me.
Thank you. That's what I like to see. That one's still flat-footed. We get the sneak attack there. It might run in and hit someone it shouldn't hit, though. Nope. It does focus people in front, which is very nice.
Do not hold back.
How long is your enlarge? 9 rounds. Not many left.
Bleed for me.
We're also coming up close to the end of the 3-hour stream. Get a little bit of time remaining. Maybe we'll get close to the warg and call it there. I think he's right up this way, so let me put a save in here. And we will probably call that for today.